Recently, I visited one of the coolest and most underrated cities I've ever seen for photography. This place had action packed streets, a real sense of authenticity, beautiful light color and shadow, friendliness toward photographers, and fantastic tourist infrastructure. This place is Marrakesh, Morocco. Marrakesh is the first of Morocco's four imperial cities. It lies in the center of a fertile plain with the high Atlas Mountains in the distance. The ancient section of the city, known as the Medina, is about 1,000 years old, making it about 100 years older than Yoda. The city center was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985. The streets of Marrakesh are as lively as just about anywhere in the world. The sprawling Medina is the center of the pedestrian action. This is a series of connected neighborhoods consisting of market streets, squares, palaces, gardens, workshops, and alleyways, all surrounded by medieval city walls. You can stroll around for days and never run out of things to photograph. It's a complete maze and a great place to get lost. Just stroll around, forget about time, and have fun. A lot of old city centers are over-restored. They seem a bit too sterile and whitewashed. Not this one. This is the real thing. Although there are some streets geared toward tourism, most streets are for the locals who live, work, shop, and socialize in the neighborhood. Get away from the tourist markets and you'll see Moroccans going about their daily business, whatever that might be. For me, this is the best part of photography and travel. Just trying to capture a real place and moment on its own terms, not as I wish it to be, and not what the travel brochures tell us it should be, but rather what it really is. The light around Marrakesh is simply gorgeous. Most days have a soft yellow light, almost Mediterranean in its quality. Sunset time is indeed magic hour. The dry, sometimes dusty desert air creates sunsets of orange, blues, and purples. Narrow streets and alleyways and low-angled winter light mean deep, dark, and sharp shadows. Wonderful for street photography. And if you like the color orange, then Marrakesh is your place. I've never seen so much orange and ochre in my entire life, and the buildings really are evocative of the nearby desert, especially early and late in the day. Even black and white photographers will have fun here, but to me, colorists will have a field day. Not just with the buildings, but also the bright textiles, flowers, and tiles that you can find just about anywhere. Generally speaking, the locals are friendly toward photographers, or at least understanding. Yes, you do have to be careful. There are certainly sensitivities when you point a camera at someone, and you should avoid making someone feel uncomfortable. What I recommend is either to ask permission or try and take a portrait of somebody very discreetly while they're going about their daily business, either using a telephoto lens or holding the camera at your side, like by your hip. One interesting site reflecting the city's long history with photography is the city's photography museum, the Maison de la Photographie. This small, fascinating museum is located in a working-class neighborhood within the Medina, in a 3-story 19th century riad. A riad is a square, multi-story residence with a courtyard and arched hallways and usually a garden in the middle. For the equivalent of a few euros or dollars, you can see some fantastic black and white photo exhibits, have a tea or coffee on their rooftop garden cafe, and browse postcards and prints at their bookshop. It's all highly atmospheric, and I recommend this stop for anyone interested in photography or local history. The Medina is chock full of charming hotels, many of them housed in 19th century riads, cozy tea houses and coffee shops, and atmospheric restaurants, many of them with rooftop views of the old city and some amazing sunsets. And all of this for probably half to 2/3 of what you would pay in Europe or North America. Morocco itself is fairly easy to get to. You can take a direct flight from New York to Casablanca, and then take a short connecting flight or even a European quality train down to Marrakesh. Or if you're coming from Europe, you have a number of direct flights from European cities right to the Marrakesh airport. So if you're a photographer and want to go beyond the usual street photography scenes of a London, New York, or Paris, if you want to challenge yourself but still live pretty comfortably, Marrakesh is a great next step. You can visit the city on your own, without a guide, safely and comfortably, but still challenge yourself photographically at every step of the way.